Hello from Baku, where we're looking forward to a weekend of racing among the medieval and the modern, here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Drivers will be battling it out on the streets of the Baku city circuit, a real contradiction of a track. From the long main straight, where the less drag the better, to the tight turns where downforce is a necessity. Teams are going to have to work hard to get that balance right. The season is about halfway through, and it makes me wonder, what else is in store for the teams? Well, there's only one way to find out. The competition is on.
Hey guys, you join me here Sunday 6 and we're back on Formula Manager 2022 and we are here for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So quick recap, we're doing pretty well in the standings. You can see we are currently P4 in the championship. We just did lose out to Ferrari in the last round. And drivers Pierre is holding on to a comfortable P2 at the moment, but that could become under pressure if the Ferraris find a bit of more form like they've done. In terms of our car guys, we have got a recent update to it. So if I grid average, you can see we are doing okay. We're slowly catching up to the grid average, but performance of the car, we're not the worst car anymore. We're about midfield, the top midfield, so that's where we're kind of performing, and in the races that is coming through as well. If we just compare it to the Mercedes, you can see the Mercedes is a quicker car than what we have, so it really is down to a bit of luck on our part that we're able to do this kind of so well. Not sure how we're performing as well as we are in the races, but it is slowly coming to us guys, very slowly. So as I say, we do have a upgrade on the car and we are now running our front wing 3. So you can see the performance boost it gives there if we hover over the previous iteration of our wing. You can see we've gained a little bit in top speed, low speed, medium speed, high speed cornering. Our DRS and our acceleration is a bit quicker, and our dirty air cornering is also after improving as well guys. So that is one of the upgrades, and the other one is our rear wing upgrade. And again, if I hover over the rear wing 2, you can see we just get an improvement across the board again, which is exactly what we want guys. So that's the two designs on the car. We do have one more in the pipeline, which is a side pod design. So that should see us get a kind of a similar boost, maybe hopefully across the thing, of top speed and also cornering, DRS and dirty air conditioning and engine cooling all going well. So that will see an improvement again in that one guys. So car is developing nicely, and as I say, we'll see now what kind of performance we get from our two wing upgrades at the Baku Grand Prix. So we'll be back here in a second for qualifying.
Our race weekend continues as we head into FP3 and then qualifying. Practice 3 affords the teams one final opportunity to tweak their setups as the drivers get to grips with the tracks every turn. Once they reach qualifying, there simply won't be time to think twice. Drivers will need to outdo one another if they're to climb their way up the grid and secure themselves a solid starting position for tomorrow's race. Let the competition commence.
And you join me guys for the end of Q2. So we managed to get both drivers through Q1. And as you can see here, we're coming up to Q2, and Gasly is only 2/10 off the pace set by a Valtteri Bottas, who is absolutely flying. I do expect the Red Bulls to pick up pace here soon, but we're just going to zoom through this final lap, see can we sneak Theo in. He is finally up into the kind of back half of the top 10. So if we can just find another 10th, not even, so it's a couple of hundredths, we'd jump Alex, and that would be very good for us. But we'll see what we can do. We'll bring up our timings so you can see Theo is doing okay. Both green in their sectors, which is good, means they're on timed laps. Somebody set a stonking pace there guys. We're just going to ignore that. And we're going to ignore that. So Theo crossed the line there now guys, does improve but not enough, and Gasly does improve as well, but he's back into P6, 8/10 off the pace of that Red Bull guys. What? That is some kind of a lap there from Max Verstappen. Not sure where he pulled that out of the bag. But our wing update so far doesn't seem to have worked too well, which is kind of concerning. But that's the way it is, guys. So we're out of Q2 with Tio, but which is becoming a bit of a norm. We do have Pierre into Q3, and you can see we're even off the pace of Valtteri, guys. So has the Alfa Romeo done an update? I'm not sure. Can I see, where is it? Reports. Where do we see power units? Circuit power usage. So who's on what power units here? We are running our second one, which we're using our first one as our practice engine. If we go down to the Alfa Romeo, Valtteri Bottas is still running his first engine, so I'm not sure where that performance deficit is coming from, guys. But we'll just have to find out. So we'll be back and we'll see how high up the grid we can get Pierre to qualify, and yeah, we'll be on to the race after that, guys. And we're back for the end of Q3 here, guys, and Pierre is just crossing the line there now, so we're going to jump on board for his flying lap and see what he can do. Now, as I say, we're close still to the Ferraris and Mercedes, but that Red Bull of Max Verstappen, I don't know what they've put on the back of that, but it is a rocket ship around here, guys. But strangely, Perez doesn't have the pace then. I don't understand it. But we'll see what we can do here. We're just zipping through the lap. You can see now Pierre did set his time on scrubbed softs as always, so we're on fresh softs for this run, and this will be important to see. We are the last man on the track, so he's coming down here. We should be green, which we are, which is fantastic. And now we're going to get the low fuel warning. So everybody's crossing the line. The Ferraris don't improve. Hamilton doesn't improve. Russell didn't improve. Bottas didn't improve. So we could be on for... We did improve, but not by a whole pile, guys. And yeah, that Red Bull is just stonking quick. Don't think he improved either, but yeah, we are starting P7, guys, and we are hot on the heels of the two Mercedes and that Alfa Romeo of Valtteri Bottas. What a lap from Valtteri, guys. He has been an outstanding performer this season. Really has just stuck the car up there at every opportunity he's gotten. And Perez, for some strange reason, guys, just no pace at all. So strange to see where, I don't know where Max is pulling that time from, but he's definitely pulling it. And yeah, we'll just have to see how we get on, guys, in the race. Hopefully our upgrades are working and we're not going backwards, but yeah, it's a bit concerning. But yeah, we'll see how we go. This is the biggest gap we've had from the top to the second place all season as well, so that's a little bit worrying if that's the trend, because Red Bull could just stretch their legs in the next couple of races and pull away with the championship and close it off. But yeah, we'll be back here with the race, guys, and we'll see how we get on.
Welcome to race day, and before we get down to it, last minute checks are being made.
Qualifying went well for Williams, as attested by their strong position on the grid. Now it's all about finding that edge for the race itself. We saw a solid qualifying performance from Ferrari, and they're sure to have their chance to push even further during the race. A sunny day here with only a few clouds in the sky. If things stay this way, the weather shouldn't pose any challenges to the teams.
Well, whatever happens, it's sure to be a tremendous race day here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. The drivers there lined up on the grid under mostly sunny skies. And there we have Pierre Gasly. With a top 10 position on the grid, this race could really go either way for them. And looking at the second Williams car, they'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. The race start is mere seconds away. Here we go with the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
And we are racing, guys. So we're on board here with Theo. We know we have our driver set to pretty aggressive off the line, so we want to see what we can do. Pierre's managed to get George Russell. George got him back. Ooh, it's a VSC straight off the back, guys. So with that in mind, we're just going to...
Okay.
We're just going to...
Okay, back off. Yep.
Yeah, so we're straight under a VSC, so we're just going to hit the reset button on our drivers. Unfortunately, they won't be able to push too hard, but that is the joys of it. So I'm not sure what the incident was. Somebody spun, but I don't know who, because so we just need to pick up the pace there a little bit, because Hamilton is getting away from us and we don't need that.
Pushing on, pushing on. Yeah.
BSC ending, BSC ending, BSC ending.
So we're under normal racing conditions now, guys, so we're going to try and get ourselves back in contention here with Lewis. And hopefully we can keep Theo in around the fight as well. So we can see Verstappen is stretching away here at the front of the grid pretty quickly, which is what we'd expect. He is a lot quicker. And we're just going to check our sound, make sure everything is good, because something seems a little bit low, but I'm not sure what it is. So we'll try that and see how we go.
DRS is enabled.
We need to flick him back to neutral, because I don't think Theo's doing a whole pile, but
Let's reduce left and close by 1 level.
oh, that's terrible. Wow, Valtteri, you really done us dirty there.
We want to leave court, please.
Yeah.
So Valtteri really did do us dirty there, guys. So we just need to look after our tyres now, make sure everything is running as it should. But yeah, Valtteri did us dirty there, guys, no denying that. And we do need to quickly get on the back of Lewis, because otherwise he will stretch away there. We're just going to deploy here, and on the off chance we do manage to get the DRS, get the overtake done. Oh man, we are getting done dirty here by traffic, but all this DRS action is getting us onto the back of that Ferrari, which is good. So we just need to kind of manage our race now a little bit here, guys, because we have a slight gap to Perez behind us, which is okay. In fact, if we actually refresh this, we'll see we have a slight gap there to Perez, guys, which isn't the worst. But we don't seem to have the pace to stick with the with Lewis here, guys. So our upgrade clearly wasn't as strong as everybody else. They seem to have really pulled something out of the bag there. I'm not sure what they've done, but compared to us, yeah, we're not going far forward like I thought we would with our upgrades. So we just need to accept that this middle section of the season could be a bit tough for us, guys. But we're catching here, but again, it's just going to get stuck in traffic, and all this is just going to allow Leclerc there to get away. Sainz is after getting Verstappen. That seems a bit strange as well, guys, considering Verstappen has so much pace in qualifying. I thought he would be stretching his lead. But Ferrari have definitely found something on their car, because in the last 2 races, I know this is the 3rd one, they've just gone from being right at the back to pretty much at the front now, so that's good to see. And maybe it's just down to our development, the fact that we can't develop parts as efficiently as the top teams, and that could be something that hinders us as the season unfolds. But hopefully we can figure that out, guys, because that's a little bit upsetting if that's going to be the case. After such a strong start, I think our season could fall apart. But I won't say fall apart, we'll still be fairly successful, methinks, but I do think we could be a little bit better than what we're showing as well, so we'll just have to see. But so far we are tipping along here at a nice old pace, so we won't complain too much. And yeah, all we can kind of do is stick with this battle. Now, what are people's tyres like? Sainz on the softs, that's probably why he's staying with Verstappen so well. Tio is also on the softs. We have Gasly on the medium, so he should be going a bit longer. Let's jump on board here with Tio, and Tio seems to be getting dropped there by that pace. So what is going on? Our update didn't seem to bring much to the car, which, as I say, is slightly concerning if that's going to be the way forward for us. Maybe we've unsettled the car somehow, not sure. But yeah, this is a little bit disappointing, guys. And if we jump, oh no, according to my graphic, Gasly had gotten dropped by Bottas, but no, he hasn't, thank God. It had said 1.3 seconds, it's actually 0.3 seconds, so that's okay. So we're still fighting for points, so we'll have to be happy enough with that. But I thought we would have gotten ahead of this little battle, but we don't seem to have managed to do it. Nicely done. There was a big crash as well, so Gasly's finally gotten clear of that little fight.
There's been contact and several cars involved.
Who was involved? Let's have a look. So it seems to be Perez.
There's Sergio Perez.
There was a Haas. Ooh, big crash. So the only good thing for us is that's brought Tio right into the action. So we're just going to get Gasly out to push a little bit if he can. And just see, can we get onto the back of this Ferrari? If we can get onto the back of this Ferrari, I'd be pretty happy, guys. Tire life. I think we're just going to go aggressive here for a couple of laps as well, see what we can do. Hopefully we don't get overtaken. We didn't, so we're just going to deploy here. So we need to look after our tire life again. So unfortunately the Mercedes got us there.
Position gained for Mercedes.
Magnussen and Perez are in the pit, so that's the race more or less over, I would say. How are we looking here on tyres? Looking okay. So Tio's having a strong outing, guys. Currently P11. We'll probably get Tio to push just a little bit on his fuel, just to keep it low. Mercedes is quick, guys, because we've DRS and we're barely catching up to them on the straight there. We should get a good run out of here now on him. Oh, he blocked us off, and here we come Valtteri around the outside, and we've lost the pace. So it's going to be one of these ebb and flow races, guys. I thought we'd have a little bit more at the front, but we don't seem to be. It seems to be not our race today. So, yeah, this is the best we can do, and this is what we can do with, guys. try and score as many points as possible. The fact we're beating one of the Mercedes is still good for us, but I'd like to be beating both. And I really don't know where Valtteri's getting this pace from, guys. He's actually performing a stunning race. And we're just not at it on the top end speed. So it's interesting. We might have to look into the way we're developing parts for the car, because maybe this hasn't worked the best as I thought it would. Yeah, it just has me concerned. I don't know where that hasn't worked or has worked. Now it might unfold itself in another race or two, but this street circuit of Baku is definitely not one that's going to come to us. So we're just going to have to work for it, guys. It's either that or other teams are developing at a much quicker rate than we can, which is every possibility, as well as our facilities aren't the best. And I would expect Mercedes, Ferrari and Red Bull to have the best at the grid, so we could be another season or two before we fully catch up to these boys, but yeah, we can only keep trying. But the fact we can score points and achieve our long-term objectives, that is the main thing too. So the longer we, if we can score, I think it's 11 races we have to score points in. We've currently scored points in 7, so this will be number 8. So we'll be 3 races off then achieving our next year goal, which would be fantastic for us as well. So fingers crossed that's the way it all plays out for us, guys. But yeah, as I say, this is a tough race to watch and swallow. But Tio seems to have enough pace to be able to run his own race, and he's pretty trouble-free from anything behind him. So now Tio's performance is probably more realistic of where the car should be. I think Pierre is outperforming the car. So we've got to keep that in mind as well. I think Pierre's ability is dragging this car forward a bit more than maybe it should be. Because the Alpines definitely have a quicker car than us. On paper anyway. So not sure why Pierre is able to do it. It has to be just a pure skill thing, I suppose. And the ability of the driver. So, all interesting. But we're getting up pretty close now to the pit stop here for Tio, so it'll be interesting when that kicks in, what we'll do with him. And yeah, Pierre's just hanging on here to the back of this little race, which is good because it's keeping him away from Alex Albon, who's in 7th place. Could be a driver coming back to haunt us there yet, guys. Wow, we're really going to have to do some researching after this and see where all went kind of, I won't say wrong, but why our development isn't working as well as it should. Now we don't plan on starting any more developments until, I want to say it's after Canadian Grand Prix, when we get the next set of research points and allocated hours and stuff like that. So that's when we'll be stepping up the game there. So yeah, it'll be possibly, it actually won't even be a research for the car, it'll be, or a design on the car, it'll be a research for next year we'll do. Because we really got to push on and see can we figure out next year's car as well. So probably end up doing a suspension on next year's car, I'd say. Yeah, so far it's okay. It's not the worst, but yeah, we'll just keep pushing, guys. We'll keep pushing. We'll stop talking about it now because I'm starting to annoy myself. And Tio has entered his pit window, so I think we could probably get Tio now just to push on just a little bit. Oh my god.
Here's the replay. Now we see the Williams here. And that's an off, and a big off. And the team had such high hopes today. What a shame.
So yeah, that's Tio's race over with, guys. we'll just get him into the pits as quickly as we can, and he's probably going to drop to the back of the field there, because that's quite substantial. His tyres are gone and everything, so yeah. We just keep doing you, Theo. We'll ignore that. We have him pitting this lap. He'll be going on to the hards, and hopefully his hards will hang on till the end of the race. We're going to change that to standard. So yeah, Theo is out. So our main focus for the rest of this race, guys, will be with Pierre, and see can we do anything exceptional here where we can maybe get past these guys. Now what I'm thinking, oh, chance here. Oop. Chance has come, chance has gone. So we need to just check what fellas' tires are like around us. We are the worst, so if we can keep that up, yeah, we'll probably be pitting first, which means we might get a chance to do a bit of an overcut, or undercut it is, I think. Yeah, so maybe just be able to do the undercut if we play our cards right here, guys. So we just have to see. Theo's only out of the pits now, so Theo is dead last. And he is a nice chunk off the pace, guys, so yeah, we'll just have to see what happens here with Theo. He won't be pitting again, so if he can just kind of trickle around, do his thing now, we might just get him to the end. But yeah, his tyres will be fairly fresh by the time he gets there. So we're just going to get Theo to push and burn up that little bit of fuel, and the same here with Pierre. Did we all just catch a Ferrari? I think we did. I think Sainz's tyres might have just gone off the cliff, guys. So I think that's what it is, the update in this thing, the tyres seem to really fall away at a certain stage. And yep, Sainz is into the pits. So thankfully the DRS does work here for us, but everybody now behind us is pitting, so that's good as well. Pierre will be entering his pit lap here soon. So yeah, Verstappen is just checked out at the front, guys. I think it was the soft tyres for Sainz were doing him all the favours in the world. But now that he's onto the hards, we'll have to keep an eye on what he's doing. He is 5 seconds behind us. No, he's more, sorry, he's 20 seconds behind us. And what do we do if we pit track? Oh, so that's interesting. That's changed as well, I think. That wasn't like that before. But where do we see how long it takes for us to take a pit stop? Reports, I would suggest pre-race report. It is 22 seconds in the pits. So, yeah, we need to keep an eye on that Sainz thing, although he was well ahead of us, but no, I'm afraid to tell. Well, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Just going to get Pierre to attack here a little bit. See, can we do anything, or will we end up ruining 2 races for both our drivers? We'll see here soon. think Lewis is defending extra hard from us, which means Bottas might get a chance to escape us here. Ooh, the overtake is coming here on Lewis. This is good. We should be able to keep it here this time around.
And a new position just gained by Williams. And there's an overtake from Williams.
So that should enable us just to keep the lead here from Valtteri a little bit. I think I'm going to pit this lap as well. Yep, that was the right call because they're all into the pits here now, guys. So hopefully we can make this work for us. And why is Theo burning so much fuel? We are out, and there is Sainz. So we just need to get to look after his tyres here now, and hopefully we can hang on to the back of Carlos Sainz. Yeah, we come out with a second lead on Bottas, guys, so that's good for us. Just going to deploy here a little bit and tell him to turn the pace up. I'm going to go neutral. Just want to be on the back of Sainz here, really. That's where we want to be. He'll drag us along nicely. And Theo, yeah, hasn't done a whole pile. If anything, he's just going to be nursing himself. He's still 36 seconds off the back of the thing, and now Leclerc is in the pit. So we might actually here get the undercut on Charles. He wasn't too far up the road. And no, I don't think we did. I think he's still out ahead. So that's a bold move there, guys. We're doing okay here now with Pierre. Managed to get Sainz, and if we can just kind of gap Hamilton and Bottas, and you see they've even gapped themselves. According to this, there's about a second, so they won't have the DRS on each other, which means they'll be running at their pace. Whether myself and Sainz will probably tow each other along a little bit, I'm hoping. So that's worked out well for us, guys. That has worked out very well for us. Russell's in the pits now, so we should definitely jump Russell, I think. Yes, we do indeed. Fantastic. And I would expect Sainz to breeze past us here. Yep, there he goes. So now we're going to do a little bit of recovering here, if we can, with Pierre.
Ferrari advance the race position.
So before we get to that back finish straight, we're just going to see, can we just conserve our ERS and start charging it just a little bit. Hopefully we'll still have DRS, which is the most important part of that, because without DRS it doesn't work. I think we will, so we're going to go harvest. We should get DRS now. We do, so that will bring us right up to the back of the Ferrari, and hopefully we won't overtake that on the next one. Let's see how we're going to. But us doing that is just, one, allowing us to charge our battery, and two, we're just gapping Hamilton ever so slightly.
And a new position.
And that is good for us.
By Williams.
So if we can keep the fight with Leclerc or with Sainz, guys, we'll be fighting for the last podium spot, which is better than I thought we would be at the start of this race. So here's hoping that can keep coming. Theo is slowly catching the... I was expecting to catch faster. Why? what's going on here? Aerodynamics, what's he damaged? Chassis and suspension are also damaged. So I'd say Theo's race could be realistically over, guys. We might have to retire the car. Is it worth running it in a damaged condition? Probably not. We're able to save another little bit of our ERS there, which is good.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
So yeah, we just debate here, do we retire Theo, do we let him keep going and burn through engine mileage and all that stuff? When realistically, will hit the experience points as well. We might leave him out there, guys, because the experience he gained from just trundling around would probably be better than what he get from sitting in the pits. So with that in mind, we'll probably leave him out there. And yeah, we'll see how we get on. I don't know. It's a little bit iffy. Oh, what have I hit there? Oh, Science didn't come past us that time, guys, so we just have to see here. He probably will at some stage, though. So Science never came back past us that time, guys, which is interesting. But we're holding on to our hard tires pretty okay, I think. In fact, Science is the worst, so that's not bad. Now, is he going to breeze past us this time? No, he won't here, but he probably will on the next straight. There he goes. So now for us, just the thing is sticking with him, and again we'll do our DRS trick.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
That's all right, Ted or Crofty, because we're doing okay. We're just going to flick harvest here because we can and we will. We'll probably breeze past the Ferrari on this race, but hopefully, oh, we won't actually, which is okay with me. Because this is just allowing us to charge that battery, which is good, and we definitely need to be doing that because we are over halfway in the race now, guys, and yeah, we need to be kind of strategic about everything. So we seem to have a race pace that can match the Ferraris, which is a good sign, because I think the fight between myself and Ferrari, unfortunately they have two cars, we've only one, so I think they will win it, but it will enable us to catch that Mercedes, and that would be good outings for us as well, guys, if we can do that. So we'll just see what goes on here on the next straight. Actually, no, we don't. Oh, that could have been a terrible, terrible mistake on my part, because he's going to get such a drag down there. He could be well out of our thing, but no, we managed to, I think, recover.
Ferrari, advance the race position.
So it's going to be one of those little tactical fights going all the way. So we're just going to have to play it as best we can, guys. But yeah, I do think we might retire Theo. I don't know, is it worth running any longer with him for the wear and tear he's going to be putting on the car, or should we just leave him out there? We're just going to harvest now. Interesting, we never overtook that time now, so that's interesting. So we just keep the... No, I can't do it. I was going to say we keep the harvest on, but nope. Because Science will probably have enough pace to just gap us. We definitely don't want that. And Hamilton is still sticking around. So it's hard to call because on paper, obviously the Red Bull... Oh, virtual safety car.
VSC.
Copy.
We'll ignore...
DRS is currently disabled. DRS is currently disabled.
We've just had a crash on the track. Let's see
Joe
what
has
happened
wrecked
there.
it, so we'll see
Let's
what
take
he
another
did.
look. There we have
Oh,
Joe.
it's a shame he didn't take out the Red Bull leader. And oh, that's a nasty enough
Clearly
crash. So while that's happening, we're just going to harvest our ERS photo drivers. As we trundle around at race pace, but there might have been something on there. Could we have pitted for mediums? Would mediums get us there? Where does it tell us? I don't know, does it? Mediums would have got us 22 laps into the race. Mediums would be the call now. So I think we're going to pit Theo for mediums. So we're just trundling along nicely, and we should jump Theo in the pits. Ooh, this could be bad for us.
DRS enabled. Use DRS.
Yeah.
So we're just going to see what Theo can do here on the softs. He is currently right behind. I think that is Lewis Hamilton, is it? I would think Lewis Hamilton and an Aston Martin he's behind, so hopefully he can get the Aston Martin. But Pierre now is all over the back of Russell, which is fantastic. And there he goes. Nice move. So we're just going to get Pierre now to push for a couple of laps, see what he can do, and if there's any late safety cars or anything, we might avail of the option, guys, to jump in, bolt on a set of softs and maybe go again. Softs did about 20 laps, there was less than 20 in the race. So we'll just have to see, but what's going on here? Theo is not really making use of anything. Strange. So Pierre has put in a stonking effort around this lap, guys, so he's flying it. That Ferrari is quick in a straight line with the aided DRS. Don't know if there's much we can do about it, but we're giving it a good old shot here. There goes the Ferrari, in fact. So Science's tyres are in worse condition than ours. So
and Ferrari just gained a place.
that might be something to keep an eye on. fact, Theo can't do a whole pile there because Joe is now all of a sudden obviously on mediums or something as well, softs even. So he's definitely got the pace for the car in front of him. So that's a little bit upsetting, but yeah, it's the way it is. So I think we've given Pierre there a very good chance now, guys, of towards the end of the race of taking Sainz and just hopefully stretching the lead. We just have to see how it all plays out. But Hamilton is catching up slowly, so he could make this interesting. What are the lap times like? So yeah, Sainz is lapping quicker than Hamilton, so he should pull away, but we definitely could have been faster, I think, ourselves. We're just not going for the overtake. Yeah, now what's worrying there now is Hamilton is definitely quicker. So yeah, we need to boogie here, I think. Just going to deploy and go push.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Because I think Sainz's pace is dropping, so we just now need to disappear from him. I think his tyres have hit the cliff, so yeah, we need to go. So we've managed to get a little bit there on Sainz, which is good for us, but yeah, hopefully him and Hamilton now scrap away.
You're doing very good.
Fastest lap for Pierre. Nicely done, nicely done.
Yeah.
But mainly all we were doing there was trying to secure third place, so we'll see. Did that work for us? We don't know yet, but yeah, Theo is still bunched up there behind, and we'll give him the overtake. Give him a chance to use the overtake and see, does he make use of it? So he just needs to get by Joe now. If he can get by Joe, hopefully we can disappear. Although he probably won't when I think about it, because that's a lap car in front and you can't unlap yourself in this game. Wow, we just can't seem to get there. Nope. So that's a little bit upsetting. So where is the pitting? More options. Retire car. Confirm. So we're taking Theo out of the race, guys. Yeah, there's no need for that because yeah, he's way off the back. I don't think much is going to happen.
Yeah, P0, P0.
So he already had a damaged car. I don't think there was much point running the engine any more than we had to. So he is now in. Yep, just get him out of the race, and that's it. Done job. Pierre is burning fuel like there's no tomorrow, so we need to conserve that. Now we have a 3-second lead to Hamilton, guys. 11 laps left. So we just need to worry now about Pierre and what he's doing. But I think we're in good enough nick with tyres and everything that we should be okay. Yeah. So Sainz and Hamilton will have a little bit of a ding dong now, but hopefully we can keep stretching our legs. Tyre life. Yeah, Hamilton has the better tyres, but hopefully we can just stay ahead of him. And that'll be good for us. And the fact Perez isn't scoring any points also means that Pierre could extend his lead in the championship over P3, so that'll be good too. But in terms of constructors, not a great outing for us, guys. Only one car scoring points. It's just a shame, because I think we might have been able to do something with Theo and just slip him into the points, but alas, not to be, not to be. But we can always try again in Montreal in a week's time. So while this battle unfolds, we're just going to zoom it up to 4 times speed, guys. Just keep an eye on the times here on the left hand side.
Okay, there's a big crash.
Copy.
Are we getting safety car?
There's been a crash. Sounds like a single car. We can take a
Single
look
car,
now.
we probably won't,
Now
will
look
we?
at this. Daniel Ricciardo involved here.
Oh, Danny Rick is out. Nope, we're back green racing again. So what's interesting is Hamilton has gapped the Ferrari there by a second. So we just need to keep an eye on our thing as to what we're doing, guys. But so far so good. So we're going to just slip it back up to times 4. Interesting, if we had a safety car there, I probably might have pitted, bolted on some softs, but I could have been the only one to do that. My tyres are going to get me to the end, so there's no need for any of that.
We're not happy with fuel.
Copy.
So we're getting fuel warnings. That was my own mistake again. We left them burning fuel while we were checking in on Theo. But yeah, so far so good. That should come back to us by the end of the race, I hope. Now the concern is Hamilton is gaining on us slowly but surely. As I say, that Mercedes is a slightly quicker car. So we just need to be wits about us as that progresses. But we're zipping along here nicely. Lap 43. VSC. Oh. So we're just going to quickly pause, and if I do this, reports, pre-race report, time considerations, virtual safety car, we'd lose 9 seconds in the pits. So if I do this, 9 seconds, we will come out. Like, we'd be giving away a podium. We'd have 9 laps. Is it worth doing, guys?
VSC.
I'm just going to see if anybody else pits.
Yellow red.
Copy.
So Perez is pitted. Sainz has crashed on turn 7. So that is big. Bottas is falling behind us as well, guys. Do I bolt on a set of the softs? Do we have a set of softs? We have a set of softs. We're going to try something different, guys. It is a podium we're throwing away at the end of the day,
Box,
but
box.
what we don't need now is the VSC to end. So right, we've managed to do that. So now we need to set things up that we're ready to go racing pretty hard and fast here. Hopefully the VSC ends pretty quickly, because otherwise this has been a waste of time. Oh guys, the VSC isn't ending. What is going on? There we go.
You will have DRS.
VSC is over, guys, so now this is our push time here. We should get Bottas pretty handy. Pierre made that a little bit tricky, but none to say we're through.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
So now we've 8 seconds to make up on Hamilton, guys. Can we do it in 6 laps? So we need to be 2 seconds a lap faster. Realistically, to be on his tail towards the end. And we'll see how we go here. Probably will set a new fastest lap as well at this pace. There we go, we're 5 seconds a lap faster, guys. Oh my god, we should be all over him pretty quickly. The gap is down to 5 seconds. Just need to be wary of our fuel. So we should do this pretty comfortably, guys, but as always, we'll see now the laps coming through. Hamilton will go across the line and set at 1:48, I'd imagine. Yep, we're going across the line. We set a 1:46, so it's only 2 laps now the pace delta is. But we should be able to run our tyres pretty flat and hard to the end of the race. That shouldn't be a doubt. So I think this was the right call, because I think Hamilton might have just had enough in it to catch us there at the end of the race. But at least with this now, we'll have the tyres that we can just bolt. I think we'll actually be in DRS here pretty quickly. I think we should have DRS now, so we're just going to flick him back to standard. So hopefully on this lap here we should bolt past Hamilton pretty quickly. There we go. Now the trick is, can we build a lead and disappear into the distance? Should be able to.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Yeah, we should get out outside the second window. So guys, that was a bold move on strategy, but one that has worked, has it? Hamilton is just staying with us, I think. And if we can get outside the second window, we should be lapping now quicker than him, so we should leave Hamilton in the dirt. So that was a good move on our part, guys. 2 laps to go. We rolled the dice and strategy, and it's actually worked out that we've now cemented this P3, which is something we would have had to fight for towards the end. So the roll of the dice there did work, guys. And we have the extra point as well for fastest lap as it stands, which is also fantastic. So that is all good. So what we're just going to do here is a quick little harvest. Not to take too much out of it, because we're going to try and set a stonking lap here on the next one around. Just to confirm that we do have the fastest lap and nobody takes us off us. Some would say there is absolutely no need to do this. But we're actually catching the back of Leclerc as well, guys, so that's interesting. So we're going to go deploy here. We more or less have a full battery, so let's see what we can do in this lap. Can we potentially steal a P2? I don't know. Lap times were 1.5 seconds quicker than Leclerc that lap around. There's 2 laps to go. We'll leave him on max attack and see, can we just do something? No, we don't want to go push. Greed is what's going to ruin this race for me, I think. So that should be the quickest lap, guys. We caught 2 seconds on Leclerc. So we're just going to deploy again and see, can we do anything? Because he's only 2 seconds up the road, guys. So can we do it? This will be a strategy call and a half if we can jump Leclerc, guys. Gonna have to go neutral here through this section because he's gonna burn us.
So what DRS?
Okay.
He's overtake. He's overtake.
Copy.
This is going to be close, guys. A photo finish to the line. We've managed to get Charles Leclerc, but we've no battery.
Williams. Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
Oh, here comes Charlie Leclerc. Oh, I think he's going to get us back in the line. He has. Oh, look at that, guys. What an effort. What an absolute tremendous effort there from Pierre. Wow. Wow is all I can say. That real stopping for the softs actually gave us a better chance of catching the Ferraris than I thought. What a race. Wow. For something that was kind of quiet for so long, it exploded there at the end with the different tyre strategy. So we got to keep an eye on that, because that's something maybe potentially we could do in future, even with the likes of Tio, if he's just beside the points, and hopefully make up a few places, guys. But cracking race, guys. Obviously Verstappen walked it with ease, but yeah, in terms of racing, guys, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. So P3 were delighted, back on the podium. So hopefully going forward into Montreal, guys, we can follow that up with more podiums.
Well, this weekend, Pierre Gasly flew us to the stars. A truly well-earned podium here, and a dream come true for everyone involved. The Frenchman was in sublime form today, fully deserving of his podium finish here. It was a hard-fought contest for all three drivers, each one securing precious points for their team. A very impressive showing today for Williams.
I couldn't agree more. It just shows what this team can do when all the pistons are firing.
And after this result, the team is fourth in the constructor standings.
For the next round in Formula One, the teams are traveling to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal.
So there we go, guys. Fantastic race again from Pierre. He really does pull it out of the bag each time. And yeah, 16 points in the bag there. Now Mercedes picked up 20 points, so they're going to be stretching their lead. So unfortunately with things with Tio, that was a poor race from Tio, guys. And yeah, he does need to start banging in some points pretty quickly, or else we might need to start making some tough decisions. Because if we had Tio here on the 60-point mark, constructors wise, we'd actually be doing pretty well. So yeah, so it's just something we need to keep an eye out. And look at that, even though Wow, even though only one Red Bull scored points, 2 Ferrari scored points, Red Bull still extend their lead in the constructors. That is the dominance they have this year. So that's it, guys. I think we'll call it here for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and we'll be back next time out for Montreal. Hope you've enjoyed it, guys. As always, if you do, leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more and you're enjoying what you're watching, guys. And until next time, as always, take care, and we'll see you all again.